All right, we're live.
Awesome. Hey, you guys, this is Lynda West with Living Live, and I am so super duper, oh my gosh, excited to introduce you guys to this new product program called StreamYard. It's for live streamers. If you are a person who is either doing live streams already or you're interested in doing them, I really strongly urge you to watch this video. If you know somebody who's already doing live videos, or you know somebody who's like, I think I might want to try it, please share this video out with them. We want them to see this. This new platform called StreamYard, first of all, I have my notes here. The first thing that I'm really super duper excited about for you guys is that you can do unlimited broadcast for free. This gives you an opportunity to check it out. So I'm here with my guest, Gage Vandentop, and we're going to talk about StreamYard, how it can help you to grow your business, help you make more money, and make easy streaming. So Gage, welcome to the show. Can you tell I'm excited to have you here?
Yes, thank you so much. That was an awesome introduction. I love the energy.
Yes.
I'll introduce myself. I'm from the States originally, but I went to school up in Canada in Victoria, British Columbia.
You betcha.
Pardon?
You betcha.
You betcha.
Oh, I don't think that's from Canada. Never mind.
Maybe it is. I haven't heard it, but maybe.
A?
That's right. A. Okay. But yeah, so I went to school in British Columbia, and my background's actually it's software related, but electrical engineering. And that's where I met the other co-founder of StreamYard named Dan Briggs. And we discovered that we just love the internet. The internet has always, I'm not that old, but I do remember the internet sort of coming into its own, and it was very special to me. One of the main reasons for that was always, I think before the internet, you could live in a town of a few thousand people and you might be interested in something, and it would be hard to find people that might share that interest with you. But the internet sort of just opened everything up. So those people that had sort of these fringe interests can now form big communities that have a huge following. And that's one thing that really drew me to the internet, and I was fascinated with what could be done with that. So Dan and I started working together, making various types of software projects, and then it eventually has come to StreamYard, which we're really excited to be working on, because I think it kind of goes into that internet community thing as well. Like we want to produce tools that make it easy for people to share their interests with the world and give it a professional feel, and create communities of their own that they're interested in.
And, live streaming is really like the way to do that, right? Because in the old days, like you were saying, we had to actually physically go to networking events, shake hands, kiss babies, and do all that stuff, get to know each other, throw our credit cards at, credit cards, but throw our business cards at each other and then hope that maybe someday they call us back. Well, with live streaming, you don't have to do the physical thing. It's good to do the physical thing still, but I have some of my clients are in different countries, people that I would never, ever have met had it not been for live streaming. So live streaming is a great way to put yourself out there to show people who you are, because, in the end of the day, when we're doing business, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. The best way to get to know you is by live streaming. Why? Because they can interact with you real time. And so that's like the bottom line of live streaming. That's my tirade about why you should be doing live streaming.
No, I completely agree. I think there's a huge, there already is a bit of a wave with live stream, but I think it will continue getting bigger and bigger. And I think it's a great time because there's so many different industries, and I think it's a great time for people that are sort of forward thinking to try to get ahead of that curve. Because if you own a small business that's in some industry where people aren't into live streaming, you can sort of define that and become an authority for it. And I think it can really help you. And I think it's an important thing, or a very useful thing, at least, to be a part of. Absolutely.
Well, definitely. And you might not know this, Gage, but yesterday I was in a town called Alpine, which is where I live. I live on an Indian reservation. I was doing a live video there. Today I'm in town in San Diego. I'm in town at a location called Hera Hub. It's a co-working space. Tomorrow, I don't know where I'm going to be doing my live streaming. So what's really cool is and today I have my computer. So I have my microphone. I have a webcam set up here. I have my computer set up here. All I need is a cord to plug myself into the wall, and then I need Wi-Fi. That's all I need in order to be able to do this live streaming. So people who are like, well, I travel too much. You know what? That's no reason not to do it. That's actually a great reason to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now I get to say, hey, I'm traveling here, I'm traveling there. And then people who want to have that literally digital nomad lifestyle, they get to see that it's possible to do, right? I mean, it's like
absolutely.
live streaming is amazing. You can tell I love it. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that we have time here for you to share with people like what StreamYard is, what it isn't,
Right.
Why StreamYard is a really great platform and why they need to jump on. And then first, before we get into that, I wanted to share that, I want to share with you how I met Gage, because this shows the power of reaching out cold. So I got a message from Gage, and it was basically something along the lines of, hey, I see you're an influencer in the live stream community. I have this new product coming out called StreamYard, and I'm wondering if you're interested in looking at it. So that was his message. So immediately for me, normally when people reach out to me, I kind of look at that. I want to make sure that it's something that's going to fit for me as well as fit for them. Well, what Gage did is he actually looked at my profile. He saw that I was a live streamer. He saw how many friends I had. He saw my business page, and he's like, this is probably a good candidate of somebody who would be interested in what I have. And so, Gage, why don't you share with us, like, I think you mentioned that, how many people you reached out to, and then also share the amount of responses that came back that were
absolutely.
yeses.
Yeah, cold calling, cold emailing, cold Facebook messaging. Now it's easy to get discouraged because the response rates, even when you target, are going to be really low. So I emailed a lot more people than I messaged on Facebook. So I probably emailed maybe 100 people. I probably messaged on Facebook probably 50 to 100 people. Mm-hmm. And this was all very targeted. Like even my emails, I checked the website, the webpage. Like sometimes I would reach out to social media consultant type people, and I would say, hey, I saw your consulting business. I think this might be a good tool to introduce to clients. Like I tried to make sure that my messages were fairly targeted, and even then, my response rate was probably only 5 to 10%. But even that isn't bad. I think industry average for cold calls is maybe 2%. Mm-hmm. And then it's really important to just continue. Like sometimes you can feel like you're pestering people, but it seems like it's necessary. You have to follow up. That's really important. So don't get discouraged.
And that's a great point right there, because the pestering, right? Because it's only like you might feel like you're pestering people, but here's the thing is that people who are busy, they might look at that and they say, oh, this is awesome. I really want to check that out. And then the next day comes and they didn't check it out. And then more time passes by and then they forget about it. And it's not because they're not interested. A lot of times it's just because other things are happening. Hello, Brigitte. I was looking at Gage's name and Brigitte's name at the same time. I like mixed them both up. Okay. So here's the thing is like, you might feel like you're pestering, but if you have the product or service that is going to help this person, it's likely that they're really glad. Like me, I didn't need Gage to, message me again or again and again because I jumped right on it. But somebody else might be like, oh, I'm so glad you messaged me. But I've had messages sometimes from people 5 or 6 times of something I was interested in, but just it wasn't the right time. So that 5th or 6th time was the one where I was like, cool, I have time right now. I'm going to look at this. Let's see if it works. Absolutely. So that's just a great tip for cold messaging. I'm so glad that you brought that up to me because I wanted to, have you share your experience with that.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Is the best thing for us to do is for you to share right now what it's going to look like, or some of the fun things that are coming up? What you tell me. This is your show. I'm turning it over to you.
I guess I got kind of far ahead of myself. I guess I should give us a general overview of what exactly StreamYard is.
Yeah.
So StreamYard is a live video production tool that lets you make broadcasts that look like what you're looking at now. You can choose your colors. I'll try changing it now just for fun. You can pick some different colors.
I see the color
green
change.
and a red.
Awesome.
So that's fun. And you can upload your branding. So right now we have Living Live. This is the StreamYard one, Living Live. So that's fun. So you can take what you have here. Right now, Lynda and I are in our StreamYard studio, and everything you see in the studio gets output to, right now we have 2 places that are closely integrated. So you can go to Facebook or YouTube, and Facebook comments and YouTube comments, depending on which one you're going to, will show up in your studio, and you can display them on the screen. Like, was it Brigitte?
Brigitte, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for your comment, Brigitte. So they'll populate. You can show them on screen, things like that. which
Oh,
is
look, you know what? Just before you go further, the one thing I do like there is that you were able to change the colors while we're live. Some
Yeah.
of them you have to like set it up ahead of time, and you can't change the colors. And then you also were able to change like up in front of on top of me, you have my logo, and then you changed your logo. So that's really cool there. So that's fun. I love it. I love it.
All right, cool.
Keep going.
Absolutely. So the ones that are closely integrated right now are Facebook and YouTube. If you want to go to other destinations, you can do that. I don't want to get too technical with the wording, but it's like a custom RTMP URL, and then you can just stream wherever you want. So if you want to go to Periscope, you just basically Google how to broadcast to Periscope, and you'll get a URL, and then on StreamYard, put in the URL, you can go to Periscope.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go anywhere, but we will be. We like to be closely integrated with the platforms because we think it's just a better experience. So we want to add more platforms in addition to Facebook and YouTube. So maybe Periscope will be coming soon. I'm not sure where that fits on our timeline. We really like Facebook and YouTube so far, so it might be a little bit, but we do want to integrate more platforms.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Oh, and then you were, do you want to mention the frames and the video intro, outro?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So that's our offering right now. So we're at V1 right now. We, I think the first broadcast we ever had was at the end of September. So we haven't been around very long. It's been like a month and a half-ish, which is exciting. So we have lots of exciting features planned that are going to be coming out quick. Another comment from Brigetti. Nice.
She's awesome. Oh yes, like the color change. Yep, because that's a lot of fun there.
Yeah, it is. So so some of the features I'm really excited for. One of them is file upload, so video or music files. So sometimes it's really nice to have an introduction to your show. So if you want to produce and create a nice little intro, you can upload it to your studio, and at the beginning of your stream, you can just play that introduction for everyone to see, which is nice. Or an outro. You can also upload little music files so you can play music clips during the stream, but those are on the roadmap. Those are what's on the way. Okay,
so for those, the music, can you also do video? Will you be able to do video during the stream, or at this time, like what you're looking at is only the intro and the outro?
At any time. So again, this is not released yet.
I can do a commercial.
This is what we're working on. Yes, you could do a commercial if you want. I think that might be against Facebook terms of service, but you could do a commercial. Yeah, and I think there are Facebook terms of service, but you just make sure, like, if my commercial is not selling something, I think you can do it. It's just like, if I'm just going to put something up there. you can play. They're not that. As long as I think if you're advertising your own stuff, you're okay. Let me just answer Brigetti's questions here. So with Periscope, you'll automatically go live to Twitter as well, right? Yes, Twitter bought Periscope, so that's my understanding. To be honest, I haven't used Periscope that much, but I think that's right. I'll have to check and get back to you on that. But I think it goes live on Twitter as well.
Cool.
Play through your computer. Once we introduce the video upload feature, no, everyone will be on the same timeline. So you'll upload your video, and when you hit play, the people on Facebook will hear and see the video. You will hear and see the video. I mean, obviously that's happening through but I think I'm kind of assuming what you're asking by the question, which is, I know on lots of things right now, it's like muted when you're sharing your screen or something, but everyone will be able to see and hear.
Hey, let's do this, Brigetti. Let's do this. We're gonna go through what's going on and then bring you live on screen to ask some of those questions you have. Because right now, StreamYard has the ability to have 6 people on screen, and Gage was telling me that they can change that. It can be more people if they want to do that. But right now they've selected 6 to be on screen at one time. So Brigetti, Gage, I don't know where you can put that link.
I just commented the link in the on the Facebook Live video. So hopefully Brigetti can join through that.
So let me ask you this question. When Brigetti clicks on that link, does she come join us immediately, or does she go into a holding pattern, like a green room, until you bring her up? How does that work?
Right. Good question. So she will get a page that says you're entering a StreamYard studio. One nice thing as well, as a side note, is she doesn't have to sign in with anything. So she doesn't have to use Facebook or anything like that. She can just join as an anonymous person. It'll check her mic and camera, and so she can make sure she has the right devices selected and everything. And then she will hit enter, and then she will show up for me. You can't see my screen, but basically what I'm looking at is I'm looking at what you can see on Facebook, and below I have some nice little pictures of myself and Lynda, and the person that just joined will show up as a third member. and I will just be able to click them and bring them up on screen. And once they're on screen, I can try different layouts, highlight them as like spotlight them basically, so they're full screen, fun things like that.
This is awesome. And you guys, you know what's really cool about it? It's easy because there are some other programs out there. There's a whole bunch of different streaming platforms that are available now. I don't want to mention some of the names, but some of them are a little cumbersome, and I've tried almost all of them. And I found one of my favorites that's easy to use. Actually, two that are easy to use, but StreamYard is right up there with ease of use, and that's what I love about it, because you're going to be able to do all these great things, and it's very easy to use. Okay, so go on, Gage, and tell us about the guests not needing to sign in. It's a really good thing because we don't want them to have to be on Facebook or have to be somewhere, right, in order to be able to join us live. So I keep interrupting you, Gage. Go on.
No.
Your
Please
show.
interrupt me. I'm running out of material. But yeah,
running out of material. Hey, I'll be on the stage next week.
Yes, Brigitte, that's what I mean. Natively through your computer and not through the microphone, because you won't have to be blasting sound and having it go through your mic. It'll be coming like it's from a video player like YouTube or whatever. Yeah.
Cool. So you won't hear any background noise from it or anything. Fantastic.
So when she joins, she'll show up here as, we call them assets. So a guest is an asset. Your screen, if you're screen sharing, is an asset. Once we introduce video uploading and file uploading, that will be an asset, and you can just click to add and remove those things to the screen. One other cool thing that I forgot to mention is, I think on some platforms, a guest can't share their screen, but on ours, a guest can share their screen, and then it just pops up as an asset. Rossetti,
that's right.
A link to join. I know Facebook's been kind of weird with, like, when I comment, I feel like there's like two places where comments go, and I'm not sure which one is which.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's something to figure out there. And yeah, so I can share my screen. I'm going to try it right now just so you guys can see, because it's kind of cool. That's a feature that I've never seen on anybody else's. I don't know how to do it. So, add to Chrome. Okay, so you do have to, I guess,
there's an
add
extension
the Chrome
down.
extension.
It won't actually take you away from the page, though. Here, Brigitte, I'm just going to try messaging you. Do you not see it in the comment section of the video? Maybe I did it I think I might have commented on the post rather than the video. Let me try commenting on the video. I see now. Okay, I'm adding it now, Brigitte.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to try this. Here it goes. What am I going to be showing you guys? I don't have anything up there. So, okay, here we go. I'll show you. I shouldn't show you that one. Never mind. Here, I'm going to show that one, but then I'm going to click away really quick. Okay.
I won't put it on the screen until you're ready. Just tell me when you're
ready. Okay. So you determine when it goes on. Okay. So go ahead.
You can always take it off. So you're always in ultimate control. So if you want to cut the screen, you can cut the screen, but I can cut it as well. So it's kind of like,
okay.
Anyone can take it off, but I am the only one that can put it on, if that makes sense.
Okay. So here's what's showing for those who are, right now, even though this is my show, right, Living Live, Gage is totally in control because he's showing us how you do all these things. So what I see as a guest right now is I went ahead and I said, share screen. I went and I found the screen I wanted to share. And then right now on the bottom of my computer screen shows the screen I chose to share. And now I can ask Gage to go ahead and share my screen. So go ahead, Gage, share my screen, because I see Brigitte.
Hey, Brigitte, nice to have you here.
Hello, Brigitte.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Thanks for joining. It's really nice to meet you.
Hi, Lynda.
Hello.
And now we're all watching a screen together.
Yeah. So right now that's my screen. That's just my Facebook page. So if I wanted to do a training, I could go ahead and show whatever it is I'm going to train. And it's really cool because I'm a guest. And as a guest, I have an opportunity to do a screen share, which I love that, because that's one thing I think is lacking in some of the other live stream platforms out there. I've wanted somebody to show their screen and they haven't been able to. So now here's what's cool too. When I'm done sharing, I don't have to wait for Gage. I just hit stop sharing, and now my screen share is gone. So that was cool.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah,
that's really cool. And I like the layout, and I also like that you're using a lot of the screen real estate. Because there's not a lot of white space around the screen. You're almost using the full area in the screen, which is great. So you're really getting a nice view. Really like that.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
Gage, why don't you go ahead and show us the different views that we would be able to see, like with 3 people on screen, any different types of views that we'd be able to see with that.
So if we wanted to say like highlight Brigetti, what we have, again, I should upload some stuff afterwards so people can see what I'm seeing. But like if I wanted to highlight Brigetti, I hit this crown button and then she's full screen for everyone to see. And then if I wanted to quickly switch to Lynda, I can do that. We can switch to more of the close-up view where we're all, I don't know what the name of this is. Maybe this is how newscasters are often talking. Maybe that's how you.
Right.
And then there's
Okay.
the narcissistic view, maybe where I'm bigger and everyone else is smaller. But those are the main ones. And then when you have a screen, there's let me see if I have a screen to share.
Oh yeah, Brigetti, if you have a screen you want to share also, let's do that. See if we can get a couple of screens up there just to see what it looks like with more than one.
Mine's going to look kind of crazy because I only have programming stuff open, but there's, so there's a view of just me, and this is called the news view where it's smaller, and then we can all be watching it, or we can full screen the screen. So yeah, that's the gist of it. I'll take it off before anyone gets confused as to what they're.
Well, why don't you share, because I did a screen share. Why don't you share that and then put yours up there also? I just like to see what it looks like with more than, 4 different items up there, because that'll give us 5. And then if Brigetti has something to share, she wants to share that. We can.
Oh, sorry, we can't both screen share. We can't have 2 screens up. That's an interesting idea, though. Maybe we should have that.
So we can have more people. Not more screen shares.
There's like a screen slot so people can swap out the screens, but.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know on that. That's awesome. But I like it. I like the platform. It is easy to use. From my perspective, it looks great. I like the fact that on the screen, which you guys can't see, but on the screen right now, I can actually see the 3 of us. And some of the other platforms, you're not able to see everybody and what it actually looks like. So we're able to see real time as a guest what it looks like. So why don't you talk? Oh, Brigetti, do you have other questions? Let's see what you've got.
Well, I'm trying to see if I can share a screen.
You'll be prompted to download an extension. So if you don't feel like doing that right now.
I see that. I see that.
That's right. So if you want to do a screen share, you will have to download a Chrome extension, and then that gives you the ability to then do a screen share. But it's fast. Like literally, I did it.
You don't even have to refresh the page. You just install it and it's good to go, which is nice.
Yeah, it was literally like 20 seconds.
I saw that.
So that's cool.
I've downloaded it.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
So let's see if I can screen share now. It looks like it. Okay, so shall I share my screen?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, there we go.
What are we looking at here?
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, that's photographers taking a picture of water release. We've got a water shortage here, and this was a particular area where they had opened up a dam to allow an area that had no water to get. So it was like a huge thing with press all over the place. And that's a picture of that. It was the quickest thing it was something that just popped on my screen. Sure. So I thought I'd share that.
Yeah. I hear you. It's kind of unprepared, right? Because I just threw it on you.
No problem. But that shows how quickly it took me. I mean, I did that while we were live. It didn't take a long time to do. Just added that extension. I didn't have to refresh my browser or anything. I could literally just do it on the fly.
So yeah, one thing I also, thanks for doing that, by the way. I really appreciate it. One thing I wanted to mention as well, right now we're working really closely with broadcasters. So if there's anyone out there that's interested in telling me like something they'd really like to see or really like to have as a feature that's a pain point for them, or just something they really wish they had, just shoot me an email. It's contact@streamyard.com, because I'd love to talk with you. And we implement features pretty fast. So if it's something that you really want, it probably means other people want it. And we can work on that for sure.
There's something do you have the just really quick, like something that I would like is to be able to once you put frames up, we're able to do frames, is to be able to switch out the frame.
Yep, we'll
during
have
the
that absolutely. I think we'll actually have that up within the next couple of weeks. And yeah, we're planning on having where you just swap them out, which is nice. The same way it'll work very similar to the logos, where you can just upload a logo and switch between them. It'll be like that with the frames.
Fantastic. And Brigitte does a lot of live streaming also. Brigitte, you have any like wish list items?
Yes, when you're sharing your screen, to have the option to resize. So if you go full screen with the screen share, can you resize your picture-in-picture, and could you make your picture-in-picture round, for example? And because that looks really neat.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're putting on your screen, it looks nice to have a round picture-in-picture. And to also have that, I forgot the word now. In other words, and green screens.
Yeah, green screens are cool. Yeah.
The ability to use green screens are really cool to have. That adds so much value to a broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely. One nice thing too is the people that work on Chrome and Firefox web browser are constantly releasing really new and exciting things. So occasionally I think they actually have a native green screen type feature in the browser that developers like myself can use. So stuff like that is like suddenly, just because of the nice people at Chrome decide to add something to their browser, really impressive things can become possible, which is cool.
That's awesome. And I love how you're up on all of the technology and stuff. Hey, why don't you share with us, because there are so many different live streaming platforms out there. Why would somebody want to use, StreamYard as opposed to some of the other ones out there? Like, what are the best benefits you can say that you guys have?
Sure, absolutely. So we just released like a month and a half ago. So this is V1 for us. So one reason, I think maybe the main reason you'd want to choose us, is our roadmap is really exciting. And I think on a weekly to bi-weekly basis, you'll see something big from us every week, and you'll just be like, there'll be more and more value added to the tool you're using. So that's one big thing. Another one is that we have a free version that you'll have this, I should switch it back to your logo actually, but this powered by StreamYard. You're stuck with that on the free version, but you can do as many broadcasts as you want, whenever you want, which is really nice. Mm-hmm. And we're hoping that eventually we'll be able to convince you to upgrade to the premium plan by adding really cool features along the way, but you'll always have unlimited broadcasts if you sign up. Some of the little niceties that we already talked about, like guests sharing their screen, which is cool. I don't know. I think it's actually kind of rare. Most people don't do that for some reason. The fact that we go to YouTube is nice, in addition to Facebook. I personally, I'm sure I'm extremely biased, but I think the flow and ease of use of ours that was a big focus of ours. Is most of the other tools we used, I felt like it was difficult because I'm used to interviewing non-tech savvy people, and I don't want them fiddling around or being confused by things. So we tried to really focus on making the experience as easy as possible. Mm-hmm. And we listen really closely to people. So if we ever find that there is something that people find confusing, we make sure we change it, and we make sure that it should be intuitive for everyone, whether or not they know anything about computers. So that's one thing we really try to focus on. But biggest thing is our roadmap, I think, is why you'd want to use us.
Brigitte?
Okay, your question. Your lower thirds, do you have, I've already seen you can change the colors in Stream, which is fabulous.
Yeah.
But can you resize your fonts depending on what you're showing on screen? Because sometimes you're showing something, or you're wanting to highlight a guest comment. Absolutely. And it's maybe, quite a long comment, and then you don't want your whole screen covered.
I totally understand. So you can see what the font looks like for this Living Live TV. We've had a few requests to change font, so I don't know if we'll add it or not. The way we do it right now is just dynamic. So if you I'll type out a longer message. This is a longer message. It adjusts the font based on the length. So this is a slightly smaller font. And then if you get an even longer one, that's an even smaller font. We might add more customization options. As far as the comments, it's the same font no matter what on the comments, but I love suggestions. So if you think that's an important thing, we could definitely consider adding it.
But it will adjust it dynamically. What doesn't look nice is if you have, because sometimes people type a really long comment, and then it fills the screen.
Right.
And if that's your last shot and you can't change it, you end up with this final screenshot where the whole screen is covered in text.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look nice as a, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I would have a recommendation on that. Like those, I don't really show on my screen because they're just too long. And like, there's a limit for me as to how much, I want to put up on that screen. Plus I don't want to read that whole thing because it's so long. But then also you can change the thumbnail after the video is done. And then I usually will change my thumbnail to the picture that I use for the advertising as my thumbnail.
Yeah, also really
I do that, Lynda. But what I've discovered is when you cross-posting, it will only change that thumbnail on your originating page.
Really?
It doesn't change. No, it doesn't change it on the pages you've cross-posted to. So whatever you've ended up with, and that's why I'm so hell-bent on making sure that your final shot doesn't look really horrible, because I know that you can only change the thumbnail on your originating page.
That's really good to know. I didn't actually know that. So
I didn't either.
Tip, yeah.
Good tip. Thanks, Brigetti. I love it. So maybe not put those big ones up there, Hey, you guys, keep your comments small, so I'll put them on the screen.
There we go.
Yeah.
People know if you want to see your comment on screen, keep it short.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Now, just for everybody watching I just put a link down below. Click the link to try out StreamYard free. Go check it out. There is a free version that you can use forever as free. It gets unlimited streaming, as well as you will have StreamYard's logo up there. You will not be able to brand it for yourself. So that's one of the disadvantages for using the free version. But if you're new to doing live streaming and you want to learn how to do it and test it out, see how it works for you, see how you can use it to, to grow your business, then I highly recommend trying it out. Having the unlimited live streaming, that's unheard of. You can do it on Facebook, but with Facebook, you can't have these things up on the screen. You can't have more than 2 people on the screen at least at this time. It's only up to 2 people, and you can't invite just anybody. So like I still know some people are like, I'm not on Facebook. Well, those people wouldn't be able to join me on a Facebook Live, but now they can, because with StreamYard, they don't have to be a Facebook user in order to be able to join you on the screen, which I think that alone is awesome, right? I think so.
Absolutely. Thanks.
I think that's a big bonus. I had an interview not a little while ago, and that was a big thing for me, that this person was not on Facebook. So, before you invite guests, you now got to find out, do they have a Facebook account, or can you go and create a Facebook account? And especially if you're inviting somebody that's kind of a celebrity kind of person that doesn't want to be on Facebook, that's a tricky thing. So it's great to know that with StreamYard, that's not something that'll prohibit you from inviting them as a guest.
Yeah.
Right. And
I never thought about that. That is a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one of your benefits that you guys offer.
Yeah, I should let more people.
So that's something you should highlight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because almost all the other streaming software that I know of does require your guests to log in via Facebook.
Yeah, cool. One thing I forgot to mention too is that's cool as a free user. If you're a free user but you have people that you can share StreamYard with, we actually have a referral program that everyone that signs up gets a referral link. And for every person that you refer, you get a free month of the premium version. So if you never want to pay, you never want to put it in your credit card, but you want to use the premium version, you can just share it with friends, and then you'll get a month free for every friend that uses it. So I think that's pretty cool. And your friend also gets $10 off for you giving them your link, which is nice.
So that's cool too, right? I mean, there aren't, I don't know. I personally don't know of any out there that have the referrals. They might, but I love that because the opportunity to be able to use it for free month after month after month, just by referring people. And I don't know exactly how the link works, but it is an affiliate link that I shared there. And so you'll sign up so I can get a free month. Just kidding.
No, you'll get a free month. But
so
people get $10 off too. Sorry, Brigetti, go ahead.
So another question. I like the layout that you had earlier, with the 3 down and then you had the big picture. What would be really cool also is to be able to decide during your broadcast that you manually want to make the person speaking bigger, or to have that person, the talking head, as you call them, automatically will be the bigger picture.
Google, or I guess it's Google Meet now, but I think they have
but have the ability to either make it automatic or make it manual, because you don't always want that feature. Yeah,
that's really
you mean where it catches the voice and makes them automatically like that? Oh, okay.
But yeah, the ability to select it would be good, because you don't always want it, but sometimes it's definitely nice to not have to be worrying about DJing is that the technical term? DJing the broadcast?
Correct.
Yeah, sounds good. DJing. Oh, okay. So let's leave on that note. Okay, Brigitte, I'm so glad you joined us live, because I know when I mentioned that I was going to be interviewing Gage, Brigitte was like, let me know when you're doing it, because I want to make sure I can watch. And so I'm glad you were able to be, watching us live, as well as to join us live, have your questions, your feedback. All this stuff is valuable stuff that's going to help to make StreamYard, even better. I think it's already amazing. And they're only in version 1, launched September, you said. So it's only been 2 months.
Our first broadcast was the end of September. Yeah.
Yes, the end of September. So not like 5-6 weeks. So imagine what they're going to be doing on a weekly basis to make it even better and better and better. So, Gage, you have anything you want to share with us before we head out? Because this is your show.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for having me on Living Live TV. And thank you, Brigitte, for joining us. It was awesome to be able to show on the screen.
Thank you.
One last thing I'd like to mention that I forgot is, in addition to StreamYard features, we're also going to be developing some open source tools that benefit just the community of live streaming in general, because we think that's really important. So whether you're on Lightstream or Ecamm or BeLive or whatever, we're going to be releasing free tools that anyone can use. Some of them, those will be to help promote your show. Like, instead of, I like Canva, but it's kind of hard to use. So we're considering making something that automatically pulls people's profiles and just generates a nice image. So look forward to free things you can use on whatever you want to use that we'll be developing and sharing with the community. And I think that's pretty much it for me.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks for reaching out to me and for this
Thanks
opportunity.
For responding.
Yeah, of course. I'm so excited about it. And, when I talked to you earlier, I was like, this is amazing. I can't wait to get you on the show. So, guys, go ahead and click that link, join for free, check it out. If you've never done a live stream video, use this as a way for you to test it out, test the waters. And if you have any questions on how to do it best, Brigitte can help you. I can help you. There are so many people in the live stream community that can help you. So check it out. Have a great day, everybody. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Now.